Let's get straight into it. 10 cover songs that I believe are actually better than the originals. Now, I was going to do a full-on metal list for this one, but there are a couple of tracks in here that I just had to mention because they mean so much to me. But anyway, the first one, this might be a controversial one. Pantera with their cover of Black Sabbath's Planet Caravan. Such a beautiful song. I mean, I love the Sabbath version, but there was something about the Pantera one. I mean, I guess the better production really added to it. Dimebag's solo at the end is absolutely beautiful. The bongos, you know, it's all really nice. I think there was bass in there. Phil sounds great on this. It just has so much more of a spaced out vibe. As I said, I do love the original, but I do think that this one just pips it to the post. And speaking of Black Sabbath, this one might be a bit more stir up a few comments. White Zombie's cover of Children of the Grave. I fucking love this version. It just sounds so much heavier, so much meatier, so much meaner. Jay Younger, who was obviously in the band at that time, his guitar tone on this just sounds, along with Shauna Yazolt's bass line, everything about this just sounds absolutely fucking excellent. The production's outstanding. The energy in this one is just, chef's kiss. Love it. Before I go any further with this list, I just want to give a bit of a shout out to one of my subscribers, Chris Bull, who has a Facebook page called Music to My Ears. I know that part of the page is a Metal Mondays, I believe it's called, and I know that he shared some of my videos on there, so I wanted to return the favour. I've been meaning to do it for a while. I'm just an old twat who forgets shit. Any of you are interested in that sort of thing, you'll find the link in the description of this video. Go over to his Facebook page and check it out. Next up on my list is Typo Negative's cover of Summer Breeze by Seals and Crofts. Now, this is on the Bloody Kisses album. This is I heard this version before the original. I do like the original. I do like the original a lot. Definitely has that more sort of a hippie kind of happy-go-lucky vibe to it, and it's actually very enjoyable. But the Typo Negative version, like all of their cover versions, they truly make it their own, and Pete's voice on this one is just absolutely outstanding and really brings to mind A Summer's Day. Even though I chose Bloody Kisses as one of my essential winter listening albums, great cover, and they truly make it their own. I just love this song. My next pick is by Metallica, and it's their cover of Diamond Head's Helpless. Yeah, I'm sick of Am I Evil. I made a point of that in a video a couple of weeks back. But yeah, this cover is just absolutely fantastic. Diamond Head have done a lot of great songs, and I really do enjoy the Diamond Head version, but Metallica really do a cracking version of this song. It's a great start. I believe it opens up the Garage Days EP, I believe. Now, love or hate Metallica, I personally love them. I consider them my best friends. There is no denying that they've done some fantastic covers over the years. So there was a lot that I could have chosen. Not only have they done amazing covers, they've done a lot to bring a lot of these bands into the limelight. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure many people discovered the Misfits via Metallica. Cliff Burton especially was wearing their t-shirts. I was getting a bit talking too fast then. Got to remember to breathe. It's not always easy, is it? No matter what you think of them, they've done a tremendous amount to bring attention to more obscure bands, not necessarily small bands, but, you know, bands that maybe people wouldn't have discovered so much without Metallica. So yeah, Metallica's version of Helpless, cracking cover. Now, I've got some real heavy ones still to come, but let's go back to some of the older stuff that I cannot leave out. Animals, House of the Rising Sun. Not only is this one of my favourite cover songs of all time, this is one of my favourite songs of all time. I've loved it ever since I heard it way back when I was a little kid, and I've loved it ever since. Ever since. See, I'm getting emotional, I can't even speak properly. Now, the Animals are also one of my favourite bands from the 60s. You don't hear them get talked about as much as a lot of other bands, but those who know. Incredible band. The origins of this song, however, are a little more vague. Quite often when you get into covers of folk songs or blues songs especially, the originators of them kind of end up, you know, it becomes a bit more messy of who actually originally wrote the song. Now, I know that Woody Guthrie is credited with this song. However, I did a bit of research. Apparently the first recorded version of this was actually entitled Rising Sun Blues back in 1933 by folk artist Clarence Ashley. But I think originally it was a folk song that was sort of commonly sung across Appalachia. So the true origins of this song are a little more vague, but I absolutely adore this cover. Eric Burdon's voice is just majestic on this. He sounds just, he's singing from the soul. And of course those arpeggiated chords that go throughout the song, and just the build-up of it. It's a classic song, and I absolutely adore this one. I never tire of it. It's an amazing track. Now let's get back to some heavy shit, and more specifically some hardcore, with Fear Factory's cover of Your Mistake by the mighty Agnostic Front. Now, I love Agnostic Front. I love hardcore in general. I'm actually going to be doing some videos of that soon. And the album that this comes from, Victim in Pain, is one of my favourite hardcore albums of all time. The opening track and the title track, Victim in Pain itself, if you haven't heard it, check that out. It is a fucking blistering hardcore song, one of the best hardcore songs ever. But I do have to confess that I really do prefer the Fear Factory version. That was a bonus track on the special edition for Demanufacture. And I believe it features Freddie from Madball, who is, of course, Roger Murray's brother. Roger Murray, of course, being the frontman of Agnostic Front. This has a lot to do with the heaviness of Dino's guitar tone. The sterling production of that Demanufacture session is very prevalent on this cover. And as much as I love the original, the Fear Factory version is just, it's my go-to for it. It just sounds absolutely insanely good. So yes, Fear Factory's cover of Your Mistake by the mighty Agnostic Front, a band I will be talking about at some point in other videos, definitely. Gotta love hardcore, gotta represent hardcore. People don't talk about it enough. Next one is a song that I discussed in my previous video, 10 Songs That Make Me Cry, and this is a very obvious one. Johnny Cash's cover of Hurt by 9 Inch Nails. Now, Trent Reznor said himself that this was Johnny Cash's song now. He put his stamp on it so convincingly that it's kind of, the original now actually kind of seems just kind of dull and boring. It's still a great track, but it's just, when you hear what Johnny Cash did with it, just him and his voice, him and the acoustic guitar, of course, you know, get other instruments coming in to help build it up, but oh, it's just such a somber tune and so beautifully done. And it was the album that he recorded close to before he died, and you can really hear the weight of his voice, the experience of all of his years on this planet, and the gravitas of it is just, oh, fantastic. Incredible cover of an okay song, in my opinion. It might be quite controversial. An obvious one that can't be discluded, Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, of course, originally done by Bob Dylan. Not only was this an incredible cover song, this is in many ways probably the best song that Hendrix did. I love a lot of Hendrix's stuff. A lot of people sort of see him as overrated now, which, you know, it's important to look at these artists in the context of the time that they come from. But this cover is absolutely incredible. He totally makes it its own. Totally owns this song. And the guitar tone, everything about this is just absolutely fantastic. And yeah, blows the original out of the water. Okay, let's get back to some heavier stuff. Mastodon, their cover of the Melvins' The Bit. This version is absolutely incredible. I love this. I've seen Mastodon live a number of times over the years, and they've played this song quite a lot, or they used to, at least around the Blood Mountain and Crack the Sky kind of era. And I always used to love it when they went into this song. It's so fucking heavy, and they truly make it their own. And to me, it completely blows away the Melvins version. I love the Melvins. They've done some amazing songs. They've done fucking enough of them. But this cover by Mastodon, it's just absolutely insanely good. I was close to putting their cover of Thin Lizzy's Emerald. And while their cover of Emerald is incredibly good, I don't necessarily think it surpasses the original. I think it's about on par with it, to be fair. And I fucking love Thin Lizzy as well. I'll be talking about that band at some point as well. I'm sure I'll do a full album ranking for them someday. But yeah, Mastodon's cover of The Bit by the Melvins. While we're on the subject of the Melvins, another incredible cover version was Strapping Young Lad's version of Zodiac. This was a bonus track on the New Black, and I think both of them actually were on the We Reach covers album for the Melvins, but this version is just so much better than the original. Devin Townsend's frenetic vocal performance on this is just insane. I forgot to take my pill. Everything about this is 10 times heavier than the original. I'm not saying that makes a good cover, because a lot of cover songs have been actually ruined by metal bands who have just taken a good song and just done the heavy riff instead of the original, whatever it may be. But this is one of those ones that has benefited hugely from that huge production and the real heavy guitar tone. And like I said, Devin Townsend's frenetic vocals on this one. Not to mention the fact that he had Gene Hoglan on the drums, Jed Simon on guitar, and Byron Stroud on bass. Give them their credit as well. I'm getting out of breath doing it again. I'm walking uphill while talking and it's all going wrong. Starting to black out. And this last one I'm throwing in not only because I think this is a fantastic cover, but this will probably annoy a few people. I don't know, there's a part of me that kind of likes that. This is Oasis's cover of I Am the Walrus. Just an absolutely incredible version of the Beatles classic. This is only available as there's a great live version of this, which was available on their Master Plan album, which was an album full of B-sides, which is actually a fucking great album, really great album. But their cover of this is just so energetic and so in your face, and really kind of, when you hear this was done very early on. I think this was before they were even signed possibly, and you can just really hear the attitude pouring out of the band. And yeah, it's just a great cover of an okay song. I like a lot of the Beatles, but I Am the Walrus has always struck me as a bit of a whatever tune. I'm actually going to do 12. Let's go for 12. So the top 10 is just good for the title. But Joe Cocker's cover of I Get By With a Little Help From My Friends from the Beatles is an incredible version. Of course, the original was Ringo singing, wasn't it? Which is, I got nothing against Ringo. I think he's a very underrated drummer. I think people give him so much shit that it's unreal. But yeah, he didn't have the best voice, did he? Let's be fair. But when you hear that Joe Cocker version, especially the one when he's singing at Woodstock, that's pretty damn fucking special, man. Pretty damn special. I've run out of things to say. So that's my list of 10 cover songs that I prefer to the original. 12 actually. But if you want more, just leave comments, because I've got more together. Next video I do, I will try not to walk up hills at the same time as talking at a mile a minute. I do a lot of cardio, believe it or not. In terms of upcoming videos, we're coming close to the new Opeth album, so I'll be having an Opeth album ranking at some stage. And I've got tons of top 10 videos planned, and we'll be getting those every Sunday from now on, I think, for a long time. You guys enjoy them. I enjoy doing them. So what's not to love? Anyway, I need to take a break. I'll catch you later. Enjoy yourselves, or don't, whatever. Bye.